Welcome to day 3 of 21 days to self-care. Shakespeare said, "Joy's soul lies in the doing." So to do makes us feel empowered and like we are accomplishing something valuable. Contemporary science says what we do has a big effect on how we feel. You might have seen the TED Talk on power postures by Amy Cuddy, where she describes how quickly our mood can change by how our body is positioned. Today we're going to experiment a little bit with that, and we're going to do a body percussion as our exercise, meditation, mindfulness. Taking action on self-care is one of the most important things to do because self-care energizes and vitalizes us. It informs life and is the basis of how to live the rest of our time. There is a saying that a teacher carries her weather with her. So if the kids in the class are messing around, the teacher remains cool. She is the adult in the room, even if there is chaos all around her, and she will act in order to create an environment where order will again be established. She will use her inner weather to endure the weather around her, and her inner power will influence the outer environment if required. Self-care is like having an umbrella, so we can have our weather within that umbrella, and we can be insulated against things in our environment that we're not so excited about. We can also use our umbrella to attune to the things we resonate with in the outside world. We've still got access to that. Today's activity is around getting focused on actions that are optimum for the self-care, carrying weather with you. First, you'll be writing a list of things that energize you and that you wish to include in your self-care routine. Some of these things may be irregular activities like occasional weekend breaks away or a marathon run for charity or going to a concert. Other activities may be things you're considering worthy of a daily self-care routine like yoga, creativity, playing more with your kids. Some things will emerge over the 3 weeks as essential for daily, weekly, monthly, or longer-term self-care action. And making this list is to open you up to actions and activities that may have been forgotten or hiding inside somewhere. This is not your final self-care plan, so perfection is not required. Good enough is good enough. The next part is even more creative and will help your brain develop strength for your desire for self-care. Sometimes we need to get it going. You're going to sing your list. Yes, you heard me. You are going to write your list and then make a song with all your desires for self-care. And you might like to rap, sing opera, use Latino beats or a cappella. It doesn't matter. Just have a great time singing your self-care truth. So you'll be needing your journal, your favorite song, and your favorite beat. Today's mindful activity is a body percussion. We'll do a little bit of breathing, and then after that we'll have our little orientation to the list activity. So follow along with the body percussion and get your nervous system in tune. This is a fantastic activity if you have the tendency towards anxiety or work long hours in front of a computer screen. You can just take 5 minutes every hour to do a bit of body percussion to break up your long work day. Before we start, rate yourself 1 to 100, 1 being the most calm, 100 being fully stressed. So once you've rated yourself, we will start the meditation, and then the body percussion will start. So take a breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Notice your posture. Notice where your breath is going into your body. Place your hands on the part of your body where the breath is flowing into. Your upper chest, middle chest, lower near the ribs, or into your belly. If your breath is higher up in the body, try with each consecutive breath to gently get the flow lower and lower until you're belly breathing. This is the optimum place to be breathing into and exhaling out from. Once your breathing is slow and deep, you can open your eyes and start tapping firmly, starting on your left foot. We'll start on the sole of your foot. I'm tapping along to make sure I'm giving you enough time to do your whole body. And this is just an introduction for people who've never done this, so if I go too fast or too slow, you can work out what's really good for you. So this is just a little guide. So we're tapping on the sole of our foot, and you can do this quite firmly, so you might make a bit of noise. And then tapping on the toes, the top of your foot, on your ankle, and you can do the shin and the calf at the same time, sides of your leg, up all the way up to your knee. Be a bit gentler on your knee, and then on the back of your leg, your nice strong thigh, front and back, on the sides. And when you're ready, moving over to your right foot, the sole of your foot, right up into your toes, on the top of your toes, on the top of your foot, your ankle, working up the shin and calf at the back, working up to your knee, and then on the back of your thigh, on the front, sides. Should be noticing a bit of difference now. We're going to work on the back of the left hand. Just notice what it's like to be attending to your body. And on the palm of your hand, fingers, and then working up your arm to your elbow. Nice firm taps. You might be letting out a bit of tension here. Elbow up to your shoulder, underneath, right into your armpit. Some firm taps really helps the lymph nodes. And we go on to our right hand, the back of our hand, front. Again, notice how it's really different from actually clapping your hands. And the left hand is striking on the right hand, and the right hand is more passive. And then wrist and inner arm, outer arm going up to the elbow, and then up on your upper arm. Give it a nice firm tap. It's really good to get the circulation going. Some of you might have been doing some self-massage, and this body percussion is a similar way to get your circulation going. So now we'll start at our buttocks. So if you're standing or sitting, it doesn't matter. Just work from the bottom up. It's a bit harder to do this. I guess I'm not super flexible, but yeah, try and do your best into the middle of your back, up to your waist at the back, and the waist at the side, and then up into your ribs, and then your middle back. And then you can start up at the shoulders and the middle back from the top of your neck, bending your arm and reaching down towards the middle of your back. Just as good as you can do. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection here. So next we'll work on our belly. See what it's like to be working on your belly, chest, upper chest going towards your throat. And when we get to the throat, we can make softer tapping rather than firm taps. And then up into the chin, jaw, cheekbones, cheek hollows, temple, and then onto the forehead, brow, between the eyebrows, bridge of the nose, down the nose, underneath the eyes. Just be really gentle around your eyes, and then start tapping on the crown of the head, going backwards and down to the top of your neck. You should be feeling really relaxed now. And tap your ears. Wow. Yes, feeling very relaxed now. And I wasn't even doing really super firm taps. You might like this, you might not like it. I'm just providing some tools that change the way that you take care of yourself. So after you've finished, now I just want you to notice what's happening in your body. If there's any increase in circulation, change in temperature, noticing the somatic changes is really helpful when you're doing self-care, because the more you're aware of what's happening in the body, when you're getting stressed, you're not going to go past your comfort zone. Being stretched is okay, but we don't want to overwhelm our nervous system. So that attendance to what's happening in my body right now is a really good place to help us pull back when we need to. Some of us have the tendency to push and push and push and then go, oh my God, I'm hungry, or oh no, I'm super tired, I'm actually exhausted. So we need to help ourselves before we get to that point where we're beyond that stretch, where we're going into discomfort. So I'll ask you to rate yourself again now between 1 and 100, 1 being the calmest, 100 being the most stressed. And notice any difference between now and when I asked you to rate yourself before. So when you've made your rate, we'll go into a little orientation before your activity that you're very much looking forward to. Making a song. So focus on the inner self. You can even put your hand on your heart if that helps you. Take a few moments to concentrate. Closing your eyes. What's important for you about self-care? Yesterday, the activity was to draw yourself as the best self-carer you can be. And the day before was to journal about self-care. So bringing what we've done so far, going into yourself and concentrating on what is the essence of joy, meaning, connection, movement, and pleasure. What is the essence of those things that you can bring into creating a wholesome life for yourself, whatever your idea of wholesome self-care is? Imagine yourself attending to self-care activities that bring all the nourishment and nurture that you need to keep your senses calm and peaceful, to bring your mind openness, and to help your memory be clear and sharp. Think about any learnings that you'd like to engage in that would energize you. And what are the things that spark curiosity? Who are the people who bring joy into your life? How would you like to give to the world? Remember again the senses and the tastes, sounds, touches, fragrances that you'd like in your life. And just bring all the imagery together. Consider it real and celebrate it being so, that you can bring all of this goodness, nurturing into your life, and it can actually be part of your life, and it will create the weather within. When you're ready, listen to the sounds closest to you. Just notice what's happening in the room. And just pay attention to the sounds outside of your room. Feel your fingers. Maybe move your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes slowly. Just observe the room, observe the light, and maybe notice the temperature of your body. So now it's time to write your list as exhaustively as you wish. And find your favorite tune. I've provided some guitar tunes. I don't know if any of those are your favorite, but just as an example of what you can find on YouTube. And if you like, you can record your song, listen to it whenever you like. Smartphones are so fantastic for that. You can record anything. And if you're feeling brave, send it to me. I'd love to hear your song. Your self-care song. So take the activity as long as you like, but you've got about 15 minutes left until the 30 minutes is over. Thank you so much for inviting me into your self-care life. Have a wonderful day.